All right, Randy, thank you so much. We are live from LA, and I'll tell you, I'm here because of the CNN Fit Nation team. We got a big triathlon this weekend. I'm going to tell you a lot more about that in just a little bit, but these past few months have been a remarkable experience for all of us. But first, I want to talk about something else I think is very important. You've heard me talk a lot about medical marijuana over the past few years, the potential benefits of it, and also the obstacles to doing more research. Well, as we investigated this, we found that there's another group of outlawed drugs out there that are also generating new interest among a growing number of doctors. Now, some of these drugs include things like MDMA, also known as ecstasy, also LSD. Take a look.
Do you find any difference between one half of your body as opposed to the other half?
Well, I have a sort of a wavering tendency. I don't know which half is trying to get into the other half.
Almost from the day of its discovery, psychiatrists have been fascinated by the properties of LSD and similar drugs, often called psychedelics. It means mind manifesting.
Here is a group of normal soldiers responding correctly to a series of routine drill commands. After receiving a small dose of LSD, they're confused and undisciplined.
Some so-called research didn't deserve the name. It was totally irresponsible, like the U.S. military's efforts in the 1950s. They tested LSD as a potential weapon. But the interest in these drugs didn't stay in the lab, and they trickled onto the black market and were soon outlawed. The pattern repeated itself with MDMA in the 1980s, which had picked up the nickname ecstasy. Therapists tried it with patients. Millions tried it on their own. And in 1985, it was banned under federal law.
MDMA, like MDA, would cause permanent or long-term brain damage in users.
But over the last decade, a small band of researchers wrangled permission to try again, this time giving MDMA during therapy sessions with patients who were suffering post-traumatic stress.
I'm just going, wow, I can't believe I have this in my head. I can't believe it's in me.
It's not that people just had a blissed out experience, felt great about the world, and they were cured. But a lot of the time it was revisiting the trauma. It was painful, difficult experience, but the MDMA seemed to make it possible for them to do it effectively.
Dr. Mithoefer has treated nearly 50 patients in his studies, and he's currently working with veterans as well. We're going to talk about that. The medical world is taking note of this, and now there's a growing body of research on psychedelic drugs, and not just MDMA. There's a fascinating story behind this, and a lot of it can be traced back to a small group of, I would say, unlikely characters. One of them is here with me now, Rick Doblin. He runs the Multidisciplinary Association for Psychedelic Research. Also here is Tom Schroeder, who lays it all out in this great book. It's called Acid Test. Welcome to both of you for joining me.
Yeah,
thank you.